Hi guys, this is Mike. Welcome to my channel. We're going to be going over a brief discussion over Thought Park 2017, the Fright Nights event. So what's going to be happening at Fright Nights for 2017? What sort of mazes are going to be there? Fast track, when the event's going to open, all that sort of jazz. If you do like this video, like, comment, subscribe underneath. I'd really appreciate it. So we're going to go through what's going to be happening at Thought Park for 2017 at the Fright Nights event. If I do wonder with my eyes, I've got a lot of computers around me and iPads, so I'm just getting the information from there as well because it can't all get stored in my noggin. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, shoot straight away. So Thought Park Fright Nights 2017 starts in little less than 2 weeks, and they've opened it earlier this year. It opens, I think, on the 28th and the 29th of September. This is to open the event up earlier, so it's going to shorten queues, possibly throughout the whole event. So people get more Fright Nights. They go to more dates as well. So it'll run through 28th to 29th of September, and I believe the last date might possibly be the 4th of November. So it'll run through all the way right through Halloween, and you may get some days actually after November as well after, which is pretty good. So you can see some queues maybe dying down because some people may think, oh, they've got more chance to actually get to Fright Nights instead, as whereas 2015 and 16 they had less days, and the event actually did believe, I think it started in actually October. So with the actual event, another thing they're doing to minimise queues is in the summer holidays in October, when it's children's school holidays, they're going to have the mazes open from 12 p.m. instead of 3 p.m, which is pretty good. So that's 3 extra hours of maze time. So think you get to Thought Park for 10 o'clock, you're going to be able to go in the mazes 2 hours straight after. There'll probably still be queues, but it just means from 12 to 10 you're going to be able to fit a lot more space and time in to get in these mazes, because these mazes in peak times like school holidays, people, as you'll know, you'll be waiting 2, 3 plus maybe hours just to get in a maze. So the sort of lineup for this year is, so the maze lineup is, we've got 2 new mazes which have joined Thought Park. So we've got 2 new Walking Dead mazes, which is really good. Thought Park have been advertising this for a while. As seen around actual Thought Park, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, they've been putting up massive posters. A global phenomenon is invading Fright Nights. A lot of people knew about the rumour before then anyway, because they had lots of little gestures, things in the actual poster to almost confirm it was The Walking Dead, but it was never confirmed as the actual Walking Dead until now. So it's good we've got 2 new Walking Dead mazes at Thought Park. Everyone seems to be pretty buzzed about it. Some people not so buzzed about it. But we'll have to wait to the event to see how they actually turn up. I'm just going to go through the mazes at first, what's actually there, then go into detail with these mazes. So we've got the 2 new Walking Dead mazes. One's called Living Nightmare, so the Walking Dead Living Nightmare. Then the other one's called Walking Dead Sanctum, which is going to be an outdoor maze, and the Living Nightmare is going to be an indoor maze. We also have returning back Frights, which will be Saw Alive. We'll also have Platform 15, which was there for last year, which is expected to have new scenes in. We also have Big Top coming back, and we also have Containment. So we have a total of, 5 mazes, then you've got Containment on top. So yeah, we've got a pretty strong lineup there with the actual mazes going ahead. So go into each of these mazes now. So to start with, we'll probably start with the actual Walking Dead. So these are going to be the new mazes on Thought Park's website. this is what is advertised for the Walking Dead Living Nightmare maze. So it says here, your fate is sealed. Lucille is coming. Oh, I've got Siri beeping off. New for 2017, nightmares become reality as you find yourself with other survivors at the terrifying mercy of the notorious Negan. Choose your path and decide your fate in the Walking Dead Living Nightmare. So this, to me, it sounds like... I watch a lot of Walking Dead. I'm a Walking Dead fan. The last season could have been a bit better with Negan, but it was still cool at times. But this, to me, it sounds like it's aiming at the season which was previous, which just happened. So, to me, a concern is if there's not a huge amount of Walking Dead fans, are they going to sort of know what's going on in this maze? But I've also heard a lot of rumours that it's not just from that season, so I'm hoping it's got previous seasons in to the season before, so maybe people aren't up to this season yet. But if you're a true Walking Dead fan, either way, you're going to more or less love what you're going to see. It's going to be hopefully be awesome. So we'll go into the next one, which we have is Living Dead Sanctum. This says, those who arrive survive. New for 2017, following the footsteps of survivors on your journey to refuge, but look beyond and it's not what it seems. Make your way to Sanctuary, past the Roman walkers, or risk being captured. Will you survive the Walking Dead Sanctum? So, with the Walking Dead Living Nightmare, this is going to be an indoor maze. Everyone's seen the pictures, most of the pictures online. It looks like a prison inside so far at the moment. So, the Walking Dead Living Nightmare is going to be where Cabin in the Woods used to be. Cabin in the Woods was an awesome maze for Fort Park. It was actually my favourite one I went in. I thought it was the most scariest. It was a really good maze. So that's going to take over where Cabin in the Woods used to be. So that's going to be near the X building, the big massive building. And the queue should start near sort of, I would imagine, like near Colossus. So with the Walking Dead Living Nightmare, the questions are, what sort of budget is going to be put in place for this maze? Fort Park must have paid a lot of money to get the Fort Park brand into their park for Fright Nights. So, to me, is this going to be sort of like a Halloween Horror Nights equivalent for Fort Park, or is this going to be a lot different under budget? As we could see in London, they recently just had the billboard, the zombie billboard, which was pretty cool, to start off the campaign for The Walking Dead. The zombies look pretty cool, so if the look of the actual zombies on the actual day in the actual maze, it will look pretty cool. If I seen those, I'd be pretty creeped out. But budget wise, will it be up to sort of like Halloween Horror Nights spec? They've got a lot of money, obviously, because it's in America. It's completely different. I don't expect it to be the same, nonetheless. But it is going to be an indoor maze, and I've heard from the net at the moment, it's going to contain previous seasons as well as having a main focus maybe on the previous season, which was 7, I believe. So hopefully we get to see Negan in there. We'll get chased by Negan and Lucille. But yeah, Living Dead Nightmare sounds pretty cool at the moment. On with Sanctum. So Sanctum, it seems to me, as this, from pictures from the internet, we had the old Containment 10, I think it is, an old maze for Fort Park. Experiment 10, sorry. And that will be in... It's got the massive crates, and they're located near the back of the swarm. So that will be there. I'd imagine the queue may be starting somewhere near the swarm, somewhere near that area. But this is going to be an outdoor maze. From what I can see, it has the Experiment 10 crates there. So I'm thinking, are they going to be used as a guide, got like a guide path across this maze, like as a guide for you to go away around it or something like that? Or are you actually going to go outdoors and indoors with these roaming zombie horde chasing you. This is what it's described as. There's going to be zombies chasing you around Sanctum. So not much has been said about Sanctum compared to Living Nightmare, but what I've heard about Living Nightmare is that this maze will possibly, like Cabin in the Woods, have alternative routes, so it's not the same every time you go inside this maze, which I think is a good idea, especially for people who are just not going for one night, they're going for maybe a longer stay, like 2-3 nights, staying at the Shark Hotel. They may want to go in this maze more times than I'm going to go for it. I live very far from Fort Park, so unfortunately I'm only going to get the one chance to go, even though I want to go about 20 times. But yeah, it's going to be good. So if there's different routes, opportunities in this maze, I think that's a really good idea, and it's going to bring more people in to go to the maze next time. So yeah, that's the 2 Walking Dead mazes. We'll soon see how the budget goes with those. I'm going to be there on the 7th of October, so I'll post up a review for the Walking Dead mazes and all the rest of the mazes on the night. So do make sure you subscribe so you can see that video at a later date. Yeah, but the Walking Dead mazes, I've got high hopes for them. I hope they are good. I've been unfortunate enough to actually go for the Halloween Horror Nights ones, and they were really awesome, and a fair bit of length, like 5 minutes into them, 6 minutes in those. So I'm hoping for big things, and I hope Fort Park gets it right for this new IP. As it seems like with the Lionsgate IP, with like Saw, My Bloody Valentine, You're Next, I don't think that quite worked in Fort Park's favour. I think it became stale very quick. Cabin in the Woods was very good, but mazes like My Bloody Valentine, as the years just sort of went on, it just seemed the experience it didn't get better. It's like the first time you went through My Bloody Valentine maze, it was awesome for the first year. Then the maze just didn't do it for me as it went on in time. So fingers crossed for this new IP. It's strong for Fort Park, and they actually do The Walking Dead justice. So on with the other mazes. We've got Saw Alive, which is returning. Not much on the net about that at the moment. They reckon it's just going to be the same as previous years. Going through Saw Alive in 2015, I really enjoyed it. I think it needs a bit of an update myself. We've got new Jigsaw film coming out very soon, October 2017, I believe. I think it's Halloween or October 27. So maybe next year they can. I would seriously look into maybe revamping Saw Alive. I wouldn't scrap it myself. It's next to a Saw ride. Saw's still a very big horror franchise, and who knows what sort of things can come from the new film. In previous Saw films, it's just basically torture. But let's hope there's a bit more story to the new ones and the Saw franchise gets back on track. But that comes out very soon. So we'll have to see what's going to happen in Saw Alive sort of fate. Is people going to want it there still? Or are they just getting a bit sick of it? Let us know what you think about that in the comments. Personally, I actually really like Saw, so I think with a Saw ride next to it, I would keep it. Just because it's still a very good horror franchise, and it's good IP to have at Fort Park. So on with Big Top. Big Top's been there for a couple of years now. I think it's been there for like 2 or 3 years. Good to see it come back again. I like the Big Top. Not much in changes for the Big Top, what I've heard. I think the main change I've heard from Big Top at the moment is the open tent curtain, something like that, near the back of them. Last year they was letting so much strobe lights in. The strobe didn't have the same effect because of how the tent was. They've actually put I think it's fire doors now instead of an actual tent curtain instead. So that will actually keep the strobes in, so keep that effect in. Whereas last time the effect wasn't doing it so well. I heard a lot of complaints on the internet about that. Yeah, so let us know what you think about that. Did you experience 2016 Big Top? I experienced 2015 Big Top. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. I didn't get a chance to go last year, unfortunately. I went to Towers instead, which was really good. And we've also got Containment, which is an added ticket. I believe it's £8 for an annual pass, and I think it's £10 for the standard if you want in on the day. There was pictures of the internet, and they almost looked like they cleared out the whole of Containment, and everyone was like, is Containment going to come back? Is it going to be an added extra? Is it going to be a part of the actual maze season instead of, do we not have to pay for it anymore? You do have to pay for Containment. It is £10, £8 for an annual pass. If they've done anything different, I'm not 100% at this moment in time, but they did clear it out, so maybe you might get some new scenes this year, hopefully. Fingers crossed, something new with Containment for that £10 you're paying inside. I do think, personally, Containment should not be an added extra. I believe it should be in your entrance. Having done it in the past, I thought it was pretty cool, but I just thought it was a bit steep paying an extra tenner for this. And lastly, we've got Platform 15 returning. This was there last year, supposed to have added scares this time. All I heard from last year was Platform 15 was rubbish. Going through it in broad daylight, apparently rubbish, and in the night, apparently still rubbish. All I heard was not a lot of actors, not a lot of scares. The final climax scene with, I think it's something to do with the tunnel. With, I'm not 100% what happens at the end, but I heard it was supposed to be a climax at the end, and it just didn't put it off. It just didn't work right. So, Platform 15, when I first saw the trailer last year, I was like, oh, I really want to go to this. Looked really cool. But hearing it was not so good put me on a bit of a downer seeing it like that. So that's not so great. So hopefully this year when I go, Platform 15 is actually really good, and I didn't get that bad impression everyone got from last year. So hopefully Platform 15 can turn it round. I did hear a lot of people when they first went through the Big Top, they never liked it. Then the second year it came back, everyone was like, Big Top's really good. So hopefully Fort Park can change that. Maybe it just needs more actors in there, better scenes, something fresh for this year to make it a lot better. Whereas last year it wasn't so great. So there we've got the whole 5 mazes in there. So we've got, including Containment, which is 6. So we've got Walking Dead, 2 Walking Dead mazes. We've got Saw Alive, Platform 15, Big Top, Containment. So yeah, pretty awesome lineup for Fort Park. So what I also wanted to talk about here is Fast Track. So Fast Track this year is £125 for Fright Nights, which is, I do believe last year it was like 99, something like that. Yeah, so it's like a 99.99, I think it was. So it's like £125 this year. So there's a £25 increase on Fast Track tickets. If you want access to the 5 maze, it's called the Feared 5 Fast Pass, which is £44. I do believe this was £24.99 last time. Don't write me on that. I'm not 100%, but I do believe buying it myself for £24.99. So that would be a £25 increase. So with this, saying that, this is, I would say, a very hit and miss if you're going to buy a Fast Track. If you're going to buy a Fast Track, I think it's really good. It has potential of being good because it depends how Fort Park control it. If there's less Fast Tracks for more money, it means the people buying Fast Tracks will definitely get their book for their money. They will go on the rides, they'll be able to go for the mazes very quick. However, if these are still overly sold, which people have complained in the past, is that it won't work so great still. With that increase as well, people are going to be expecting to be on these mazes very quick, straight into the mazes, with the regular queue. Still, as we know, if you're gonna buy a fast track for Fright Nights, you know you're gonna have a busy day, and you know how busy Fright Nights gets. It's at least, sometimes you're talking at least 2 to 3 hours of some of these mazes. It's absolute chaos in the school holidays. So hopefully, with these rises in prices, they are actually worth their money. Hopefully get you on the ride straight away, straight into the mazes, and if not, then Thorpe Park have probably done wrong again, because they have overly sold in the past. I love Thorpe Park, but they have overly sold these in the past. I'm going to be buying a fast track on the day, so I'll let you know how that goes in terms of getting in very quick. But that's Fright Nights as a whole at the minute. We've got Saw Live still in its current location. Platform 15, still the same location as last year, I believe. There's no changes as of yet, which can be seen with the actual new scares. Nothing's been seen with that. But in terms of rides on the day, no Slammer, that's out of action completely, I do believe, indefinitely. Rush is out of season till 2018, so no one knows when Rush is going to be back as of yet, but hopefully sometime in 2018. It's definitely not going to be up for Fright Nights. They've posted it on their website. And just in terms of Fright Nights in general, so far it's looking awesome. Walking Dead, new IP. What do you guys think to it? Do let us know in the comments. An interesting fact is going to be on the budget of this. Is it going to be worth The Walking Dead being at Thorpe Park? Are they going to do it justice? Would it have been better if they just had original mazes at Thorpe Park, like Alton Towers are doing, like with subspecies? They've got like subspecies, the Alton Tower Mineville tour. Doing Alton Towers last year, they only had the 3 mazes, which was Terror of the Towers and Subspecies and the Alton Towers Mine one. After going through all 3 of those, I could steadily say they were all fantastic, very detailed, a lot of people in them. Subspecies is incredible. But is it worth Thorpe Park investing in these high IPs? Whereas they could have possibly just have their own mazes like they had in the past, like Asylum. What do you guys think to that? Do you think it's just they're going to pull it off, or do you think they should do original mazes, go back to that? I would love to know. My personal thoughts on it are more or less, I'd love to see The Walking Dead be done justice, and if it does justice, well done to Thorpe Park, and I'd love to see it some more. But if it doesn't, then I would seriously maybe go down the thought of maybe doing like original mazes again, because I do believe the Lionsgate thing was it was cool and not so cool, because it's costs a lot of budget to do these movie mazes. Often places like Orlando, Hollywood, Halloween Horror Nights, they do them, but they have the budget to do them, whereas Thorpe Park may not have the same budget where they can actually pull it off. Whereas they could maybe invest a lot more time into an original maze and concentrate on more actors inside and the budget without having to pay such a high budget for like a movie maze, something like that. Let us know what you think in the comments, guys. Do rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think on the video. I will be going October 7th for Thorpe Park, so I will post up some reviews on the mazes, my thoughts and opinions. If there's anything I could have done better in this video, just please let us know, because it's like a first for me at the moment. I've done some previous ones that was back in the day, but I'm looking to jump back on board with it now. And yeah, looking forward to Thorpe Park. There will also be an Alton Towers video I'm going to do as well, a brief description before and when I go to Alton Towers as well. So thanks for watching this, and have a good day.